everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, I'm Sarah Dawson, and for those of you who are returning subscribers, thanks for coming back and being a part of my family. I love you all very much. So today's video is going to be me ranking the ACOTAR books from my favourite to least favourite and giving a brief description on why I've put them in that place. If you don't know what ACOTAR is, either you're new to reading, new to book talk, or you've been living under a rock. ACOTAR is the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J Maas. It is the second series that she has written that blew up. It's super popular. Everyone was like, you should read it, it's really good, blah blah blah, and I was like, nah, it's not my thing. I don't really like fantasy. I was wrong. I was wrong, let me tell you, I was wrong. I loved these books. Currently 5 books in the ACOTAR series. This is the order in which they go. You've got A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and A Court of Silver Flame. In terms of these books, these are the main 3. This is the trilogy. The original trilogy with the main character of Feyre, who is your main character throughout the series. These are the ones that you read in order like this. Then you have the novella, A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is when we finally break away from getting things from Feyre's point of view. It follows them through like after the war, it follows them through like a Christmas, so like a winter solstice, and you get point of views from all the different characters. And then after that, we have A Court of Silver Flame, which is told from the point of view of 2 characters from the first book, but like not the main characters. Pre-warning, warning before we get into it, there probably will be spoilers of this. There's gonna be spoilers because I want to talk about them properly and I want to give you a full in-depth idea of why I liked it, why I didn't like it, and in order to do that, I need to give you, there's gonna be spoilers. So, if you want to see what order these go in without spoilers, there is a smaller, shorter video that tell you the order that I like them in and describe each book in 3 words or 5 words or less on my TikTok. So if you don't want any spoilers, go look at my TikTok, go watch that video, and then read the books, and then come back and watch this video because that's going to be the best way to do it. You won't get any spoilers that way. Yeah. So if you don't want spoilers or you haven't read the books, don't watch this video yet. Go watch my TikTok video, read the books first, and then come back and watch this video. Okay, so I'm going to rank these books in order of my least favorite to my most favorite, which, if you've read ACOTAR, you're gonna know what I'm gonna put as my most favorite, but we're gonna go because the others might surprise you a little bit. Again, I don't know if this is shocking. To people who've read ACOTAR, it probably isn't, but to people who haven't read ACOTAR, it probably is gonna be because my least favorite book in the series was this one. The first book. The reason that I put this book as my least favorite is because this is just like the preamble. Like, this is basically a prologue. Like, this is just setting everything up for the good shit. The series doesn't really get good until the second one. So, you have to power through this book a little bit. Sarah J Maas, as an author, I've come to learn, is a very big fan of like 2/3, maybe even 3/4 of the book being like nothing, or like just the characters like hanging out and vibing, and then this portion of the book, like the last 10 chapters, maybe less, being everything happened.
This book is very like, you're learning about Feyre, who's our main character. You're learning about the Fae through the High Lord of the Spring Court, Tamlin. They fall in love. It's got a very Beauty and the Beast-esque story where like he needs her to fall in love with him to break a curse, but she doesn't know that until like the very end of the book.
I'm not gonna lie to you, when I read this book, I'm a big hater on Tamlin now. We're hating on Tamlin, okay? But when I first read this book, I loved Tamlin. Until the last 10 chapters, I loved him. I was like, oh, he's so nice. He's like, you know, helped her out with the treaty. And I was like, oh, how nice of him. He's let her come live with him. He's helped out her family. Like, I was like, what a vibe. Like, what a nice dude. And then it gets to the last like 10 chapters and I was like, why is this sitting on his ass while the love of his life, supposedly, is like killing herself for him. I was like, what a lazy... Anyway, this book is one of the ones where it's like, you just gotta read it. The series is amazing, this book, mid. But you have to read this to get to this. So, okay, it's called delayed gratification, right? So just power through this, get to the second one, you'll be right. On a scale of 1 to 5, I am going to give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Because, yes, it was very slow, but those last 10 chapters, bro, they are worth it. So this is number 5 out of 5 in terms of where I'm ranking them on my least favorite to most favorite. And it has 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, so the book that I'm putting as number 4 out of 5, my 4th favorite in the series, is ACOTAR, A Court of Frost and Starlight. This is the novella. So this is the one that has all the multiple point of views from all the different characters. This is kind of like an extended epilogue, in my opinion. So it felt like a Christmas special to me. We've also got all the characters like reeling from the war. So they're all like trying to go back to normal with this like tenuous peace that they've made. Everybody's reeling from like killing a bunch of people and being in war, and they're all trying to come back to normal. And they don't really know how, but it's a really nice, I don't know how to explain it, but showing how these relationships, they all help each other and they all understand that they're going through the same thing in different ways, and they've all experienced different trauma, but they're all trying to be there for each other whilst also I found this book really fun. I really liked it. Because it's only a novella, there's only so much you can do with it, so that's why I didn't like it as much as the other ones, but I still think that this book is a 4 out of 5 stars. I am the kind of person where I know that there has to be a big storyline because it's fantasy and there's always going to be a war and there's always going to be this and there's always going to be that, but I like seeing them be normal people. Like, I like seeing them do normal things, like Christmas shopping and like favorite painting just for the sake of painting, and like, you know, Reese and the boys just like being boys, you know, and I just really liked seeing them all just be without this like impending doom. But anyway, this is number 4 out of 5 in terms of the books that I liked, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, so we've got number 3 out of 5 in terms of my least favorite to favorite books. This one, I don't know whether people will guess what is coming next out of the 2, because everyone's going to know what's first. But out of the 2 that are left, I don't know whether people will guess what I'm putting there. Unless you've seen my TikTok, then you will know. But I am putting A Court of Silver Flame. So this is the Nesta and Cassian book. As much as I know people loved this book, so many people loved this book, and they were like really keen to see Nesta and Cassian like be together. A Court of Frost and Starlight ruined it for me because Nesta was such a Nesta's such a in A Court of Frost and Starlight, and I just didn't really care for her as a person. Like, I didn't care for her as a character. I didn't understand her motivations. In ACOTAR, I started to like her a little bit. I was like, okay, like, you know, she's been an awful sister. She's so rude, but at least in ACOTAR she came through. You know what I mean? She came through, she held her own, and I was like, okay, cool. Then we get A Court of Frost and Starlight and she's back to being psycho. And I know everyone was reeling from the war. I understand they all had post-traumatic stress, but the redemption in ACOTAR did not justify that behavior in Frost and Starlight. So I really struggled with this book getting through the first half because I didn't like her. I didn't understand her. I think Elaine said it really, really beautifully in this book. She was like, which is Feyre's other sister, Elaine.
She was like, I'm the one that was kidnapped. I'm the one that had this big traumatic experience, yet you're the one that's freaking out about it.
And I understand that Nesta felt bad because she felt like it was her fault and she was going off, but instead of being there for her sister who's had this really, really traumatic experience, she's claiming that pain as her own. And I understand that she has her own pain, but she could have worked with Elaine to deal with it rather than pushing Elaine away. That made it really hard for me to relate to Nesta. When she started to get her together in the second half of the book, that's when I started to enjoy this book. And then The other thing that I found with this book when I was like seeing people talk about it was everyone's real mad at Reese. I think Reese is completely justified in the way he acts towards Nesta in this book. Nesta, sure, in ACOTAR, they had a tenuous piece. But then again, in Frost and Starlight, she negates all of that. So Reese has every right to be like, I don't like you, I don't trust you, you treated my mate like I don't want to be a part of it. And I'm with it. I was Reese reading the first half of this book. And then at the end, Reese comes around and so did I. But yeah, I hated that Reese and Feyre were going through these big dramatic life experiences and we don't even get a perspective. We don't even get to see how Feyre's feeling or how Reese is feeling. Like, we only get to see Reese's feelings through like his interactions with Cassian. But Feyre's barely acknowledged. Like, Feyre is pregnant. She's pregnant and she's likely gonna die. And we don't get to see how she's feeling at all? Like, I was like, ow! Why? I really wish that had all happened from a book about Reese and Feyre. Not in the sidelines of a book about her sister. I loved Cassian. Struggled to relate to Nesta, but I got there in the end. And I was mad that Feyre and Reese were experiencing all this stuff and we didn't even get to know how they were feeling about it. That pissed me off. So, in third place of my third favorite ACOTAR book, and I'm giving this also a 4 out of 5 stars because I just found Nesta really difficult to like. But yeah. Okay, and then based off what I put at number 3, I'm assuming you're all gonna guess what's at number 2. So at number 2 we have ACOTAR Wings and Ruin, or ACOWAR. So this is the third book in the like trilogy of the books, like the first 3. This is where it all goes down. Everything that the first 2 books have been building up to, it all goes down. Again, Sarah J. Maas, big fan of nothing, everything. But also, this book does have a bit more in the middle. There's a bit more go, nothing. Go, nothing. Go, everything. So you do have a bit more in the middle of this one. There's a bit more going on. The first one is the biggest one where it's like nothing, everything. This does have a few like chapters, like a few 4 or 5 chapters where it's like, oh my god, and then it's like nothing, and then it's like, oh my god. But it's kind of fun now because we have Reese. Obviously Reese comes in the second one. He comes into the first one, but he like comes in the second one. But we have Reese and Feyre in this one. So the nothing is like fine because it's great, because we love it. The thing that I loved the most about this book was the very start. When...
It's not what I loved the most, but it's a part I really liked, was Feyre goes back to the spring court, and she's been brainwashed. And she's like, Tamlin, please, I need you to forgive me and believe me that I was brainwashed and I didn't want to be there and I've come back and I love you and I've had a very traumatic experience.
But then she's up from the inside. She's like, I'm gonna take you down, I'm gonna destroy your court, I'm gonna up. Like, you wanted to control me, you wanted to own me, I'm gonna play that, but I'm gonna be playing all of you at the same time. And I loved that. I love Feyre destroying everything from the inside. I know it doesn't work out in her favor later, but it was like, Tamlin, you deserve it. You were like, you didn't, like, she comes back and you like don't even understand that you did the wrong thing. You like don't care. He's like, I just wanted my possession back. He makes me so angry. Anyway, moving on. I really enjoyed that part of the book. I really enjoyed Feyre and Reese just like being the High Lady and Lord of the Night Court. Just like presenting a powerful front at the meeting. The meeting with the High Lords. Oh! That is the best scene. That is the best scene in the book. The meeting with the High Lords is insane. Like that, the way that goes down, that said Azriel. Oh! This book was so good. This one was so good. There was just like, this is an underrated book. Like, I think people sleep on this. I really liked this book. I gave this book a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 stars because it's insane. And it's number 2. It's my second favorite in the series. And I even like Nesta in this book. Everyone's just great. Everyone is great. I really want to read them again. And then, first and finally, my number one book in the ACOTAR series, my favorite book in the ACOTAR series, to nobody's surprise if you've heard anything about ACOTAR ever, is A Court of Mist and Fury, or ACOMAF. This book, I don't even know where to start. Like, the feelings that I felt whilst reading this book, I spent 6 hours reading this book, and I think that was it. I think I read the entire book in 6 hours. Maybe it was 8, I'm not sure. But this book, Rhysand. That's all I can say. He's just like, he's so unreal, obviously, because he's a book character. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to explain the crack cocaine that she put into this book. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But this is my number one. This is 5 out of 5, 6 out of 5, 7 out of 5, 10 million out of 5 stars. I love this book. I wish I could erase it from my brain and read it again and again and again. It's just insane. This book is insane. The beginning,
where she's like, come back from under the mountain. She's had this insane traumatic experience, and she's like obviously a completely different person than the first book, than before she went under that mountain. She has emerged. The Pharaoh before is dead. Literally, because she died and turned to Fae. But, like, that Pharaoh is dead. Like, the person she was is dead. The thing she wanted died with her. She has emerged a new person and is struggling to find how Tamlin and his court fit into, how she fits being this new person that she is, with what he wants from her to be a little pretty painting on the wall that he can bring out at parties and be like, oh, and she's like, that's just not me anymore. I'm just not that person. I killed myself for you. Like, I bled and sweated and was tortured and rotted in a dungeon for you. And you want me to stand on a pedestal and be a pretty little painting that you show to people? Like, why do you not see that I'm a person? That I'm a strong person? He's like, no, I'm so scared for you. I don't want anything bad to ever happen to you again. I'm going to lock you in the house.
like, he never got her. He never understood her. Maybe he understood human Pharaoh, but he never understood her at any point in any of the other books. And she's like, in poofy ass wedding dress, and she's like, somebody help me, please. And then he shows up. Oh, and we get that line, hello, Pharaoh, darling. And it's just, everything changes. Everything changes from there. It's insane. Like, reading the start of this book and be like, when's he coming? When's he coming? When's he coming? Rhys, where are you? And then he comes. And he teaches her to read. And he teaches her to be a strong, independent bad. Never, like, he's always concerned. He's always worried. But he never tells her that she can't do something she needs to do and he knows she needs to do. He's never going to be like, nope, I'm scared something bad's going to happen to you, you're not doing it. He's like, how can we make this safe for you to do it? And how can I help you? And he gets her. He sees her. He saw her when she was a human, and then he understood the change, and he saw her when she was Fae. And he gets her, and he understands her, and it's just like, they're mates. They're mated. I can't say anything else. They are through and through meant to be magic, crack cocaine couple that I love. Anyway, moving on. So this book, like I said, 5 out of 5 stars. This is my number one favorite book in the ACOTAR series. This is the best book. This is why you have to get through the first one. This is what everything is for. Everything after that is just a bonus. This is reading. This is the epitome of reading. Just read the first book. Just read this book. The ultimate ACOTAR book. ACOMAF. Or A Court of Mist and Fury. Okay, so that's that. After all that, this is what we've ended up with.
This is my order from favourite to least favourite ACOTAR books. So we've got ACOMAF, ACOWAR, ACOFAS, and ACOTAR. These are the order that I put them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I stand by my ranking. If you have a difference of opinion, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear your opinions on these books. I would love to hear where you would rank them in your favourite to least favourite. And your opinions on Pharaoh, on Rhys, on Nesta, on Cassian, on Morrigan, on Emmerich. Tell me your opinions. Tell me where you'd put them. Tell me what you think. Yeah, this is where I've put them. This is my opinion. I stand by it. I have no regrets. That's that. If you get anything from this video, it's read ACOTAR. And if you've read ACOTAR, it's read ACOTAR again. And if you've read it again, it's read Akamath. And read chapter 54. Because we all know we need to read chapter 54. Anyway. Yeah. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. If you have an opinion on these, comment below. Turn on the notification bell because we've got more books coming, we've got more videos coming. So we've got a lot of content coming. So if you like books, if you like reading, if you like me, if you don't like me, that's fine. Go somewhere else. I'm sure there's you to watch. If you do like me, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all next video. I love you all very much. Check out my TikTok. I think it's Sarah Dawson or Sarah Dawson or something. Go over there. I'll tag it below. There's lots of book content there too. And don't forget to look at my Instagram if you want to see updates of when videos come out and stuff like that. I love you all very much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.